the 1995 NCAA tournament, second year in a row. How about head coach Kate Pay was playing against SMU in that one? But they're going to get a chance to meet one another now, both in the ACC conference. Tip up, and it's the Mustangs in the home whites. First shot up. Brooke, why look for others when you can do that? I don't get it.
Why not? Now that's confidence at work.
Take a look at the Stanford lineup. Bosgana and Dimitri probably bring the most experience, as Bosgana's shot won't go there. A lot of young players, and for SMU, 7 transfers. Jones and Pitts bring experience. Pitts, one of the lone players back from a season ago for SMU. Fake one way, go the other, and the bank is good. Jess Peterson is having quite a year.
And you see how patient that she is. When she gets that basketball, there is a confidence about her as a player who only got to play 4 games last season due to a back injury. She put in that work, and you can see they're going to go to her early.
Well, you know how that feels, and it is not fun, and she has put in a lot of work to get herself back and really found the love of the game again. Transferred from Fresno State. Shot clock was winding down. That is heel on the drive, but the defense smothering. No Talana Lapolo for the Cardinal to run the point. How about back-to-back 3 balls for Robertson?
I love how Toya Wilson told us today, you know, when I need a player to be like, give me that toughness, ask her.
Hits, hand in the passing lane, defense to offense, good.
You gotta love this energy. If you're Toya Wilson, and the way the Mustangs have started this game, not afraid to shoot. And that's what she said today. She said, we want to be able to shoot, play, and defend with confidence.
She said, you've got to be confident. They are not feeling intimidated. They want to prove to everybody why they are here with a 10-0 start.
Now, here's Nya Robertson, head up. Well, she notices the defense back. Okay, I'm gonna launch it from you. Welcome to very first home game here in Moody to host Stanford again. A former national champion. What a start for the SMU Mustangs.
Certainly is. Over 1,000 career points for Nya Robertson. Hit it this year against Arkansas Pine Bluff. The defense is scrappy. Dimitri shot just short. Right place, right time though. The cleanup for Agara.
It's going to be an interesting matchup to watch inside. Embry, you know, trying to box out Agara is tough. She's so good laterally, movement, and she reads the basketball really well off the rim.
Chloe Clardy has checked in, 13 in black for the Cardinal. Sophomore guard was questionable with an ankle injury. Jones weaving between the legs, good. Back up to a 10-point lead, but you can feel the confidence for SMU starting. This is a team that was having some slow starts early on. They've started to get more confident now.
And Stanford looking for success attacking the paint, but you see that's a fadeaway there. And so those types of shots, that's what you want if you're SMU.
Yep.
If you're Stanford, it was, hey, yes, we are one of the best shooting, 3-point shooting teams out there, but let's attack and get inside.
Right now the Cardinal getting out hustled by SMU. There is Toya Wilson. She is up. She'll be animated. She brings, it kind of bleeds from her, right? The energy that she brings in her 4th season as a head coach.
Well, she was the former Defensive Player of the Year at Manhattan College, so you know you got to have that energy. And, you know, she's embraced it. She's been in big-time programs, Baylor assistant, Michigan assistant. And as the first-year head coach, she took her team to the NCAA tournament.
Yep. She has seen it at all levels, and she'll be in a defensive stance probably most of this game, be my guess.
Yeah.
Both teams know transition defense is going to be big in this game. This pace has already been so fast. And now we got to see what SMU can do in a half-court set. Shot clock down to 3. And Peterson had nowhere to go, so big defensive stop for the Stanford Cardinal. Coach Wilson saying shoot it. There is Kate Pay in her first season as the head coach, but her 18th season overall coaching, was associate head coach for Tara Vanderveer. Played at Stanford as well. As we mentioned, the only time these teams met up way back in 1995 in the tournament. Little miscue up top. Courtney Ogden's in 40 in black, and much needed jumper there, the lefty. That's pretty.
And that's another wrinkle of Agara's game that she's developed. She's been able to step out and shoot that mid-range, and also able to open up that defense where Stanford's guards can then really attack and get in there.
Yeah, she's tough at 6'2", but that quickness plays in the guard spot. Oh, there's Jones, a little baseline fader.
Baseline bounce fader, too. I like that. She's got some hops, number one.
She does. Jones, a transfer from Villanova. Skip all the way across. Bosgana, high swish. Straight through. Those can help get you back in the ball game.
Yeah, big time. And she can get hot in a quick minute. She was 10 of 10, 5 of 5 from 3, 26 points against UC San Diego. She has developed as that no deadly shooter for Stanford. They are such a good three-point shooting team. We've seen it when they get hot. Watch out.
They can light it up.
Yeah.
Nice job following the shot. Pitts gets another chance. Embry, the three, no good. Another offensive rebound. That is what SMU, that's the bread and butter.
She has really embraced the strength and conditioning program there at SMU, and you see the results from it. A role player last year, but she did shoot 51% from the floor, and offensive rebounds are one of the biggest keys in this game. SMU is pretty darn good at getting them.
They average 17 O-boards per game. They are 11th in the nation. And now an offensive foul call on the high screen of the Cardinal. SMU's come out red hot to start this one in their first home opener in the ACC. It's ACC Women's Basketball, presented by Ally, the bank that's your ally. Nine-point lead for SMU, one of the two new additions to the conference. SMU making their way in. Those were the original members, and now you've got Cal, SMU, and Stanford, and both Bay Area teams will make their way here tonight. We've got the Stanford Cardinal on Sunday. We're going to have the Cal Bears, but both really trying to show them. Both coaches saying, look, we're excited about it. It's definitely a lot of new, a lot of change. But, you know, especially for Coach Wilson, I mean, her team has come out saying, this is why we're here. A 10-0 start for her. They hit their 7 of their first 9 possessions. And, you know, they've come out to say, this is why we are here.
Yeah, she really wants to try to, you know, establish the sense that, hey, we're here, we belong, and we're proud to be in the ACC. And, you know, same thing for Stanford. They want to come in and, you know, earn their reputation as the former national champion, and finding it that the ACC is tough, and all those new wrinkles as well, all the new travel, all the classes, the adjustments, so much newness. And then for Stanford, you think about Area Fenn is gone. Lauren Betts transferred 2 seasons ago, and Talana Lopolo, their starting point guard, out. This is a Stanford team that is young, and these players are trying to find their footing.
Yeah, K-Pay said it. You know, she said these are big stages for them as they connect on another 3. They average 9 threes per game, and Bosgana now a couple of them. But if you are SMU and you're going to knock off a team that brings in that kind of confidence like a Stanford team does, you got to start the way they did. Jones with the play call. Help D sagging in the middle. Shot clock winding down. Jones keeps going. The 3 won't go. SMU average about 5 per game behind the arc. And you said it, no Lopolo. So this player right here, Tess Heels, had to pick up a lot of the slack. She's a transfer from Santa Clara, but wasn't really planning on being the main point guard on this team.
You know, I'm a Tess Heel fan. I really, really like the way the 5'10 junior from Australia shows the toughness on the floor. I mean, she plays with that edge. You can just see it. You know, chest forward, always looking for contact. She seeks it out. So they really like the way that she's driving the ball right now, getting into those spaces, because, you know, Stanford, as good as they are around the arc, defensively, teams are going to make those adjustments. So you have to be able to respect both the attack, the drive, finish those layups. That opens up then the 3-point shot.
Yeah, they had a tough loss to Ohio State prior to the holiday break, and a lot of it was some missed layups that they should have put in. And Coach Pay said, look, it's a big stage. The focus has to be there, and these are players that are still learning how to bring it every single game, every single practice.
Yeah.
Couldn't get that last free throw. That shot around and out. Extra effort by Embry, but it's taken away. That is Mary Ashley Stevenson, another new addition. 2 transfers for this Stanford team. She's from Purdue. Bosgana is connected on a couple of 3s, tries to get a little bit closer. That one won't go. Defense good by the Mustangs. You said it, though. They've got to establish the Cardinal, do something on the inside. Everybody knows what they can do behind the arc. Using the screen, Jones just misses. But guess who? Peterson averages almost 5 offensive rebounds per game by herself.
She has such a sense for the basketball, and she's a player who just wants to be consistent. You know, she wants to win, and 3 straight double-doubles for this young woman.
That one looked good by Embry. It was just short off the rim. The long rebound to Robertson. Robertson gets it back. Quick release. Hits it. Nothing but net. Nya Robertson. Ice in her veins. No intimidation going on by her.
Not only no intimidation, did you catch the smile that she just gave us right here at the middle of the broadcast booth?
I sure did.
She is in her zone in the bag. Watch this, y'all. The step back. Knew it was good. Gave us a smile.
She was looking for the she was looking for the camera. She had the follow through behind her back. She kept the hand up back there.
Hey,
I love it.
Show that spotlight on her. Let's go.
Fallon Stevenson, the first, gives it back to the Mustangs. Ella Brow into the game. She's been out with an injury, and they'll say it's going to go the other way. There you see Shea Ijiwoye, the freshman for the Cardinal, coming in. She'll bring it up, handle the ball a little bit.
Also, absolutely loved her energy and effort in the Ohio State game. She got some minutes late, and she plays with that same type of edge. You love to see that toughness out there, and I'll be interested to see how this matchup now goes between her and Nya Robertson.
A few more whistles now. That one on Brow, her first. And the second team foul for both teams to fouls apiece with 1:39 remaining in the first quarter. Fast pace to start this one. Agara guarded by Embry. Ariel, help D, Embry, sliding over to help. Robertson pulls it up, money! Oh, kiss to the crowd, Brooke.
Why not? Why not?
Oh,
this is an incredible start for SMU in this first quarter.
Oh, she's feeling good.
She's getting the ball in the flow in the mix. I mean, you feel how light it feels for her. And meanwhile, Stanford trying to do what they can here. The toughness, getting the offensive rebound. Here's a shooter for you.
No good. The rebound to Bosgana, but the help D smothering. Multiple defenders swarming Bosgana. She kicks it back out. Dimitri shot just short. And a long rebound, but a foul in the interior is going to keep it with the Cardinal. Robertson is perfect, 4 for 4, everything behind the arc with 12 points. She has scored in double figures every single game this year, and you can go back to last year even, now 21 in a row.
You can tell when a player is in the zone, not just by the shots that she's making, but by the shots that she's taking and how quickly the ball is leaving her fingertips, right? Tell me that ball doesn't look like a feather coming off those fingers.
I mean, there's no hesitation. Under a minute left in the first quarter. And the largest lead of the game for SMU as it's batted out of play. SMU thought it was off Bosgana. She got popped in the mouth. So Courtney Ogden's going to come in. Bosgana will go take a breather. Dimitri, she's been fairly quiet to start this. They need her to get going. That one just short. Weak side board. That's what you got to do. Agara with the hoop.
That's what makes her so good. Not only did she get the board, you see how high she kept the basketball, and it was a quick move and finish. She didn't waste any time with it.
Kept it up.
Here's the matchup y'all want to see right here.
Robertson with Ijiwoye on her. Freshman against the junior. Help coming over, kicks it over. That's the right decision, but not able to hit it was Brow. But that will do it for the first quarter. Robertson with the hot hand, Brooke.
Big time. A much better recovery defensively for Stanford coming out of this timeout.
It sure was.
Check for Robertson. This is where they survive, these offensive boards.
Kasia Woods that time, the senior, she comes in for the start of the second quarter, first time in the game. Whistle on a foul against Stanford. Goes against Agara, that'll be her first. Agara with 6 points, Bosgana as well. Nobody in double figures. Pretty good balanced attack, even though it's Robertson with the 12 points. Oh, she knew it, already backpedaling. That's Ella Brow with a 3. And some contact at the other end. Stanford was trying the inbound. It'll go against Robertson.
And just using that high ball screen for Brow to get open in that 3. So now you got to keep your eye on 2 3-point shooters in addition to all the dangers of the offensive rebounding and the power. So Stanford, again, going to get back to their ways. You see the spread offense here. And a lot of times 4 out, 1 in. Trying to look for those points of attack.
See if they can get Dimitri going, one of their veteran players. Screen for Harriel, works her way in, tries the bank, can't get it, and it's back into the hands of Agara. Too much. Another chance for Stanford. You lose your true point guard in Lopolo. She's been out with the knee injury, and it takes time. You can tell a lot of players are having to think, figuring out the system, and there's a steal by SMU. Robertson blazing speed, but knocking it away. That's Harriel. The next ACC Network Women's Hoops quadruple headers coming Sunday, but we're looking ahead to the following Sunday, January 12th. 4 games are going to feature 3 top 20 teams. Starts with 14 Duke and Virginia at noon Eastern, then number 17 North Carolina, Boston College, followed by number 13 Georgia Tech and Louisville. Capping off the day with Miami and Syracuse at 6 o'clock. These matchups are really kicking in ACC play. It's going to be a fun season, Brooke.
Yep.
There's just so much parity across the whole nation.
Yeah, you can expect 7 to 8 ranked teams in the ACC at any given time, though.
Yep. 6 teams right now, and high net numbers, though. 10 teams in the top 50, 8 teams in the top 40, as a travel call will send it the other direction. KP told us our team's got to take care of the ball. We've had some moments, and again, when you're having a variety of different players kind of run the point for you and try to get it done, you've got some pressure defense from SMU. You better take care of it.
You mentioned a great point in Lopolo's absence. She is the only player who averaged 20 minutes a game. So everybody else is still trying to earn those experience minutes. You can't study those. That's not a class you can take at Stanford. Those have to be done on the floor, on the court, and same with the way that Kate Pay's approaching her first season as head coach. You see missing the very talented and seasoned point guard as a 2-time Pac-12 champion. That's what you need out there. You need somebody steadying the ship at the front. You got Agara in the paint, who's was counting on 2 very much larger posts at one point in time. So she's learning. It is a different process. But I'll tell you what, to be 8-4, Stanford, they've beaten the teams they're supposed to.
Yep. They've had a very tough non-conference schedule as well. And right now, defense trying to shut down with 2 on the shot clock, though. The body bump by Agara. That'll be the 2nd on her and the 3rd on Stanford. KP, though, she's got the number 3 recruit class coming in next year. She's excited about them, and it says a lot about this program, her coaching staff, being able to bring that group in with 3 5-star players and a couple of 4-star recruits.
Yeah, top 5 class just tells you that, there's no slacking off there. They get right back to work, signing and doing what they're good at, which is, bringing in players who eventually get to the league, WNBA players.
You bet. Jones using the high screen, squares it up and gets it. Jones has looked good, making good decisions. That's one thing SMU as a team, I think they're making the right passes, using the screens well.
Yeah, I really like the fact that they're taking their time, because Toyelle Wilson said, hey, we know we're going to have to play some half-court, some quarter-court offense. I want to see how we do, and then rely on our strengths, our offensive rebounding to give us more looks.
You're right. She said we cannot have swing plays where you give it up and then give up something at the other end, as Bosgana on the attack gets another. Value the possessions. I would say that the Mustangs have so far.
No doubt.
Clardy tries to knock it away.
There's a smooth jumper from Jones, just 5'5", finding that pocket, though. So got to be able to step up, and that's where a lot of guards, especially undersized guards, can live. All you got to do is get by that first line of defense before the other post player steps up.
Reading the D, reading a rebound there to Embry, and help D coming over with the takeaway. Embry gets sandwiched. Clardy faces up, gets it.
That's a swing play.
Yep, the confidence to turn and say, we'll take it when we've got it. And as long as they take it at the right time, the timeout, 6:43 remaining in the 2nd quarter. Stanford trying to chip away at the double-digit deficit. Angel Reese fan in the house, Brooke. I love seeing that. These fans are having a good time for a good reason. 6:43 remaining. And right now, SMU still double-digit lead, up by 11, up by 16 at one time. Stanford's been chipping away.
I found it interesting, too. Coach Nya Robertson calling a timeout right after that first swing play that we see. You know, perhaps wanted more to manage the energy of that game, also to get Robertson back in the game.
Yep, you don't want to let Stanford get out on any major run if you can help it. Robertson, her first miss on the last one. This is 2 in a row now. She's wishing she didn't sit down. She was on fire. Perfect 4 for 4 that first quarter. Heel on the drive. Oh, that's one you want to get back as Heel not able to finish.
But that's the mentality and the attitude that you got to have, especially coming out of that timeout. That was a, the perfect drive that you want. But yeah, you don't finish it, but you're getting closer to the types of shots you want to see.
Bosgana and Agara, 14 points combined. The rest of the team just 3 of 9 shooting and 4 points. So got to get some others involved. Foul on Brow, her second. Kate Pay's team needing some offense. Dimitri averages about 12 points a game, and they haven't been able to get her a good look yet. She has yet to score 0 for 4. Here's Dimitri now, smaller defender in Jones. Dimitri, she knew she had the mismatch, but the pass off the mark. Just got to wait another second if you're Clardy getting it into her.
Yeah, you got to take one more dribble down, a better angle, better bounce pass, and then if you're Dimitri, try to sit down and hold that spot. Waiting is one of the hardest things to do playing basketball, right? You wait for the screen.
Sure is.
Yeah, she don't wait. Nya Robertson, there's no waiting.
There's no wait in Robertson. She gets another one. She's got 14, banks that one in good. 6 20-plus point games this season, 25 in her career. Dimitri, quick shot off the back of the iron. Pitts will bring it up. Junior out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Embry gets it taken away, and a collision inside. She's slow to get up, but then the quickness of Jones takes it right back.
Yeah, Embry lost control of the ball, but then just made hard contact and took a pretty good shot to the face. Got up quickly, though.
She's got Stevenson on her. Now a switch on the inside, and they're going to call an offensive foul. Tess Hill on the switch, and Embry a little too physical.
It's a great shot. We've seen her shoot from the outside, but how about the floater, the runner with the bank shot?
Junior out of Fort Worth, transferred, as you said, from GW to get a little closer to home, and boy, what a nice addition for Nya Wilson. You go to that transfer. And the thing is, they took a European trip in the offseason as well, and she said you could just tell the personalities really meshed. She really got a group that works well together. It's not easy to take 7 transfers. That's a lot of new and a freshman as well.
Yes, they are doing it well, and got to know each other. You just found out that this group was eager to learn. She just felt like this team was wanting to be in the ACC and wanting to be successful, and that's where the veteran part of having a team like this is. 9 juniors and seniors, only 1 freshman. And Brooke Dimitri getting her 3-point shot in.
That's a good sign for the Cardinal. She was behind the arc, but yep, they'll give her 3 on that one. Robertson wanted some contact. They won't give it to her. And now Stanford trying to push tempo. Good job by the Mustangs, though. Transition D, again, both teams, big focus coming into this one. Hey, Saturday, January 11th, the ACC Network will have a triple header of men's basketball starting at 2 Eastern when Clemson hosts Florida State, followed by North Carolina and NC State, and then finally at 6, Virginia Tech at Cal. First time playing at Cal for Virginia Tech. There's going to be a lot of firsts. First time, again, that these teams have played here at SMU. Foul call on Pitts, her first. Team's 4th. Shot won't go, and now the Mustangs out running. Robertson pulls it up behind the arc, off the back of the iron, and a good job by Heel to box it out. Pitts, so close.
Well, I appreciate everybody getting on the floor for 50-50 balls. I mean, the hustle is there. It's evident. You just kind of feel the edge at which these players are playing with, understanding how much pride's on the line to get into the ACC with their first win.
Yeah.
Both teams still seeking their first win in the ACC.
That's right. SMU hit the road to take on, then receiving votes, Florida State, the loss on the road. That foul on Pitts her second. And for Stanford, just across the bay, but on the road to Cal. Cal playing red hot, but they're on the road at Clemson. Clemson was up in the third. Stanford gets it below double digits.
Chloe Clardy, the big drive there. What left ankle sprain? Come on, she got quick to the rim.
Tape it up, says Clardy. Mustangs need a bucket, one for their last 8. Robertson draws multiple defenders, looking outside and looking for help inside. That was Hall, and the defense right there.
That's a great read. Tess Heel read that play, knew when SMU was going to try to go backdoor. There were no options.
There's good length on this SMU team. Some of these matchups are tough. Got into the lane by Ogden. Pops Dimitri around and won't go. .220 left in the first half. Fast-paced affair. With a quick crossover of Jones. Lays it up. Wow. Just incredible speed with the crossover.
The way that she's able to keep her balance, Robertson as well, they're so quick and explosive and always in balance.
Jones, the transfer from Villanova, started every single game last year. Skip across, Bosgana tracks it down. And the dish down to Dimitri, layup is good. Unselfish play by the Cardinal.
No, you see the pace at which they're passing the basketball. They are really trying to reverse sides and then eventually get inside. They do want to attack and score. That's been a goal and a key for their win tonight. And starting to open things up. You see the scoring slowing down for SMU.
Yeah, down by 16 earlier this quarter. Stanford, though, nice job by Clardy there. Hand in the passing lane, outrunning is Bosgana. And a good decision to bring that back. The takeaway, Jones once again. Team's getting back really defensively pretty well. We have not seen a lot of just fast break opportunities. And that one drops down. Peterson got that one to go.
That's the home roll working for you.
It sure was.
The Moody rim.
I thought that was just going to sit up there.
But a good decision again. Did you see the patience in that?
Yeah.
In that play, Peterson set the screen, waited, and then Jones looked for her off the roll when she didn't have a shot coming off the screen.
Yep, the right decision. That's something Coach Wilson talked about. They've got to read the D, and she really wanted them to value the possessions and make the right choices. And the reaching foul is going to go on Heel. 4th team foul. Just the first on Heel. Coach Wilson up.
Well, she isn't slowing down, but the points are much different looking than that first quarter where Stanford was perhaps backing off, giving it a little bit too much room. I feel like now they're going to meet the pass earlier. They're stepping up, being more aggressive to where, once the ball is caught, there's no hesitation. Stanford is up on them defensively.
Yeah, you could feel just a difference in the intensity that Stanford came out with that second quarter. They got caught kind of standing and watching what SMU was doing in the first quarter. Not quite the case here in the second.
Yeah, a lot of less reacting and being more proactive. Stanford's defense, I think that's been a big part of it. And also, I mean, Nya Robertson is not shooting 4 for 4 from behind the three.
Yep, defense clamping down, and I think Stanford really pushing the pace a little bit more as well, trying to get down there before the defense gets set. Our officials are taking a look on the last foul. You see Ed Sidlaski, Chuck Gonzalez, and Julie Cromanhook, our trio tonight. The trying to decide if Stanford should be in the bonus maybe at this point. So we'll see if they can clarify that. Cardinal doing a better job kind of working it around. After that first quarter, it was pretty much Agara and Bosgana scoring. Now they're working it around. Clardy's getting involved, Dimitri as well. And now they want to have a chat with the coaches. We'll get some clarification too. All right, thank you, Chuck. All right, so there were 4 fouls and then a 5th, but they were not told that. So way back, they should have already had free throws. They did not give free throws, and so now it's just gonna be an inbound play. So Kate Pay's saying, well, wait a minute, shouldn't we have gotten some free throws?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
at this point, too late.
Yeah, scorekeeper's mistake. I don't think it's not happened, it doesn't happen very often in the game of basketball. So
it's a human error sort of thing, and that's a tough one for
that's
Kate
unfortunate,
Pay.
yeah.
Yep. But
Especially when you're down 10 heading into halftime. That's the last thing you want to see.
That's
You're like,
right.
give me my free throws.
Let's get it back below double digits. We'll have to do it with the defense. Stanford throwing a different zone look now. The shot, the air ball, and a chance for Stanford with 9.4 left to cut that double-digit lead down if they can get one here. So that's a tough one for SMU out of that break to not get a better look. Clardy, quick crossover, drives it up good. Wow. The D-Stat, I mean, Robertson was right there with her. Like a little momentum for Stanford before they take it in here at halftime. It was a double-digit lead.
To limit them. And one thing I noticed about also Stanford with 9 turnovers there in that first half, and that led to 11 points off turnovers. So you got to clean those up as well.
Yep, gave it up just too many times. SMU was just scrappy, aggressive defensively, and made a lot happen on the offensive end with it. Stanford 9 offensive boards for them as well. Embry all by herself in the gap, but cannot get it. And a foul, they'll stay here. It's going to go against the Cardinal.
And I think I just caught Toyelle Wilson just trying to get her team to create a little more. Perhaps that was a quick 3-point shot for 3, but you know, she's eager to get back involved in this game.
Foul, Dimitri was her first. Robertson's shot won't go. Agara, nobody picking her up. She brings it down the floor. And they're working her in the high post quite a bit tonight. Bosgana, smaller defender, takes it up good, using the length with the finish.
And the underhand finish at that. She's been aggressive in this game, and they like the way that she's attacking the basket. And she's led this team in rebounding the last 3 games as well. So she gives you that strength on the inside. She's a starter from last season. They really need her to step up as much as possible, especially in games like this.
They sure do. She's the leading scorer back from a season ago at 7 points per game. I mean, that's how much they lost at the top of the scoring.
Now this is Stanford trying to open up the floor and attack. You see just cutting through the meat part of the lane there, medius part and down the middle so she can finish. I want to see more of that if you're Stanford, and attack and finish versus relying on those threes.
First player for the Cardinal in double figures. She has 10. That last foul on Embry's her 3rd. Not what you want to get just starting this 3rd quarter. Heel. Again, another lefty layup won't drop. Agara, a 2nd chance, and she gets fouled. Good effort by Stanford, and they'll go to the line.
It just tells you how tough it is to keep Agara off the glass. She's got one of the best rebounding teams in the country, unable to get a good body and box her out.
So to the line, Nunu Agara, the 6'2 sophomore. She's from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Part of the Pac-12 all-freshman team. Stanford out of the Pac-12 last year. For the Mustangs, they spent 11 seasons in the American Athletic Conference and now moving into the ACC this year. One free throw good for Agara. Averaging 17 points a game. She's got 7. Skip across. Woods short at the front of the iron, and the pickup for Harriel. She'll push. The extra pass. But the shot no good for Tess Heel.
You saw Agara wide open down there, right? Right on the block for an easy layup, and those are just opportunities. You look, yeah, it's only a 5-point game. That was a good 3-point shot. However, you had a much better shot, and then that leads to a quick run out and a score for Jones.
Yep. Back to Jones. Jones has been solid. Grad student from Jersey City, New Jersey. Agara, high post, a little flat. Another board for Peterson. It's her 8th on the game. Peterson's averaging the double-double. Now gives the ball to Jones. Jones, just so sweet.
That was saucy sweet.
Just a nice soft touch. Back cut from Bosgana. Defense staying with her. Dimitri tries to get closer, and the defense was waiting for her. Pitts taking some contact.
The Villanova transfer. Hezzy through the legs. Runner off balance. No problem. That was quite a move.
Just a little ball handling clinic, and then the shot from Zanai Jones. She started every single game this season.
The biggest thing I like about her game, in addition to the saucy moves, is that she's had 2 games with 7 assists or more with 0 turnovers.
Yeah.
That's incredible game management and smart decision making for an undersized guard.
Sure is. Peterson, good body control, and the finish, kind of a little baby hook, so hard to defend.
Right? She just knows where she wants to go with the basketball, that consistency in her game. You feel a calming presence when she's got that ball in the post.
Sure do. 6 points, 8 rebounds, and now hand out in the passing lane. Pitts outrunning, layup good. 8-0 run for the Mustangs.
You know, just like they started the first quarter, this Mustang team came out with a lot of energy and set the tone aggressively, and Kate Pace senses that and sees that. Wants to put a stop to it. A big-time steal from TK Pitts. This is the defense that SMU brings. Toya Wilson expects, and it's leading to a lead.
Mustangs on an 8-0 run, thanks in big part to Zanai Jones, Brooke.
How about Jones and Robertson, 14 points apiece, 5'5" and 5'7". The little guards getting it done here tonight and finding pockets where they feel comfortable and confident to take shots. Mixing it up with the skill set, but handling the basketball so well. Creating assists and creating shots in spaces where, you know, sometimes you have to just read and react what the defense is giving you. Sometimes you play half-court defense, but tonight it's been a perfect blend for Jones and how SMU is reading it.
Yeah, I like her decision-making. She's making the right passes. She's their best three-point shooter. She's only taken 3 of them. She's not connected on one yet. But she's not forcing them. She's willing to take it in and find her shots in other ways. Cardi reading the D. It looked like some sort of zone by the Mustangs, but the air ball is going to send it the other direction. 8-0 run gets it back to a 13-point lead for SMU. It has a little bit of the same feel, like you said, of the first quarter surge that the Mustangs brought out. Jones. I said she hadn't hit one, but now I can change that statement right there.
It's like the broadcaster jinx, but like in a good way.
Right? I gave her a reverse one.
Yeah.
Averaging 8 points per game, and she's up to 17 and now brings it up. Stanford getting back. Robertson using her as a screen, just raises the iron and then caught looking. Wood scoops right in.
Robertson said, I meant to do that. That's just my shot to assist ratio I got going.
Good hustle by Kasia Woods to crash the weak side. Bosgana on the back cut, and it's tipped out by the Mustangs.
Now Jones coming off the high ball screen. This has worked. Gotta step out. Even if she hasn't hit one tonight, she's capable. Already found that out.
Welcome back to ACC Network Basketball, presented by Ally, and now a largest lead of the game thanks to a 13-0 run for SMU, up by 18 over the Stanford Cardinal. And at the conclusion of our game, the Nothing But Net crew will break down the night in the ACC with highlights and analysis of every women's game and look ahead at the weekend's best matchups. We got you covered all season right here on ACC Network and the ESPN app. There's the crew right there. You got Justin, Kelly, Muffet, and Ivory doing some work. Fans enjoying themselves here, and there's some Stanford fans in the crowd making the trip.
Travel well.
We got to see if their team can get back in. A 13-0 run by SMU really made a push, and Heel finally gets the layup to drop.
Well, then quickly down the other end. SMU with the speed, and TK Pitts gets knocked out.
Up there's Toya Wilson. We're just loving her energy in her 4th season as the head coach. And as you said, as an assistant at Michigan, 6 years an assistant at Baylor. They were the champs one year she was there in 2019. But she took this team now in 4 seasons, 2 seasons to the WNIT, and hoping to get into the postseason this year with this group. Foul call on Ogden was her second, and that's Peterson with the finish on the left side. Trying to get it to Bosgana. Pitts, those active hands. She's been so good defensively.
Right, I mean, you just see her length and athleticism. You can really see how, you know, even as a role player, what a big difference she'd made. And now you see her stepping into the spotlight as Bosgana gets to the rim.
So good at reading the D. Bosgana on the attack. Adds to her totals. Now at 12. Woods has shown good minutes. Help on Peterson. Oh, and a collision inside. And it was, I think, Pitts too aggressively on the cut.
And Ijiwoje was set up there perfectly to take the contact and the charge. That'll be Pitt's 3rd foul.
That's 3 on her. Agara with the high screen for Bosgana. Pitts trying to stay with her and a blocking foul. Didn't quite get set. She wanted the offensive foul, but that's 2 quick ones now on Pitts. That's tough to take. That is her 4th.
Yeah, that could change. You know, the dynamics of this game can change any moment. We've seen runs and runs get just the limited amount of points that you can score. You know, you got to be able to take advantage of when it's time to go. And so for Stanford, I think these last 3 minutes, 42 seconds, you got to prove something. Get to the rim, get in the paint, so that you're not trying to fight through that 4th quarter.
Yeah, great point. Mustangs bring Ella Brow back in, 5 in white, the junior from Palm Beach, Australia. Just her 9th game. She's been dealing with an injury. One of the captains on the team, though, she and Jones and Embry. Shot clock down to 4. Jones scoops it up. No good. Good defensive sequence for Stanford, and now they push. Oh, and the quickness of Woye. She gets fouled. She got out in front of everybody.
She did. That was lightning speed for Ijiwoje. And she'll be able to get to the line. And that's exactly, you know, the type of energy they need out there right now. It's hard to match SMU's speed and pace tonight.
Yep. So the freshman, Shea Ijiwoye, will go to the free throw line, bringing a spark off the bench. 4-star recruit out of Desert District High School in Phoenix, and was an Arizona Gatorade and Max Preps Player of the Year this past season. It's the first.
So we notice a lot of rosters nowadays. There's a limited number of freshmen. SMU with 1, and Stanford just with a couple themselves, just because the transfer portal is where a lot of places go to recruit. So if you're a high school student, it is really hard to get noticed these days.
Yeah, you're right. Trying to find experience depending on what you have to fill, which gaps to fill, and it takes a while to get a first-year player playing at this level to be able to do what they can do. Agara helped you coming over, and she'll go to the line. So Stanford now, with just under 3 minutes left, will have bonus the rest of the way.
You got to send that help side in a little sooner before she gets too deep in the lane, and then is just going to surge and continue to move, seek out that contact.
Foul on Brow, her third, as she had just come in for Pitts, who picked up her fourth. So Kylie Marshall's going to check in, the sophomore, transfer from Texas A&M. Brow takes a seat. Marshall averaging about 5 points a game. She had to start earlier in the year. Agara gets the first 8 points for Agara, being held below that 17 a game she's averaging. Gets them both. One of these two will get their first ACC win on the season. Both 0-1 coming in. Robertson. Everybody knows where she is when the ball's in her hands. Defense shifting around. SMU and Stanford, the new addition. Stanford picked 7th in the preseason. Poll. SMU 16th, I think because so many question marks, right? So many new players, but I think they're going to exceed that. That's just my feeling right now.
I would guess so. I would say SMU the same.
Yep.
You know who else I don't see up there? Where's Georgia Tech at?
Yeah, right? Well, talk about impressing people and surpassing what they were picked. They have continued to remain undefeated. Nell Fortner doing an incredible job there. Yep. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Cardinal had it below double digits, and then SMU went on a 13-0 run to extend it back out. Peterson giving Robertson a screen. That shot just short. Defense stayed with her, though.
I would like to see Robertson shoot toward the basket. There's a lot of fadeaways I'm watching, and I know those 4 threes will get you there, but you feel right. But you got to get settled back in, because look where Stanford's going.
Yep.
They're going at the rim. They're not trying to fade away right now.
Yep, Agara takes it in. 7-0 run for the Cardinal. And almost a 3-minute scoring drought for SMU.
And that's what we're talking about, taking advantage of those minutes. Yep. That's what this looks like, and a good job by Stanford to chip away at this lead and to play solid defense. SMU, they got to go back inside to Peterson.
Yeah, she's been there. She was flashing in the lane. They didn't find her. Yep.
Uh-oh!
Robertson says, shooter's touch.
Cross-court pass, and the interior was missed, but the explosive first step and a finish in the flex. We're getting all the reacts tonight.
It's been a physical game. Brick, hard to believe, though. This is the first free throw attempt for SMU. I don't even know how that's possible, but first one, and it's Robertson. Rattles that one in. Just the three-point play. She brings a little swagger to the game. I like that.
Oh, she is swag you, no doubt.
Yep. Agara. Once she's that far in, forget it.
Yeah, I mean, you see the strength at work for Agara right there. That's future pro strength and positioning at work.
Sure is. 11-13 now for Agara. Under a minute left in the third. Defense fell to the floor. Hall not able to capitalize, and now Hill will bring it up.
Move it out for Hill. Good decision, the cross-court pass. Yep.
Oh. Yep. Ijiwoye with the three. It rattles in. Her first made 3 of the season. And the bench loving it for Stanford. 14-5 push by the Cardinal to get it below double digits once again. About a second differential shot clock, game clock. Jones uses the high screen. That shot short. Peterson doing the heavy lifting. And she's going to go to the free throw line.
How about all 5 Stanford players were in the paint?
Yep.
In vicinity of that basketball, and who came away with it was Peterson.
Yep. Another rebound for her. 12 of them on the game with 8 points. Averaging 12 per game on the season. Third, in the nation in rebounds per game. Gets that first free throw. senior out of Rancho Cucamonga, California. And can't get the second. See if Stanford can cut at the deficit again. Nope, that one's short, and that's going to do it. Third quarter in the books, and SMU's in their program's history. Stanford had made a little push toward the end, and now a takeaway to start this fourth.
Stanford starting this quarter out in a zone. E.G. Woj got a deflection on that ball that led to a three. That's the swing play. That's exactly what Toya Wilson was worried about.
Yep, she's going to look right to her bench and bring somebody in. I feel like Stanford's zone that they started to show in the second half had caused some, or second quarter, excuse me, had caused some problems for SMU, especially in that quarter earlier. Trying to get that same vibe in this one. Marshall had skipped out. That's how you break it down, though.
High risk, high reward. How about Robertson driving, kicking it all the way out, back beyond the three-point line.
A little foul trouble for the Mustangs in the third, and Marshall comes in for the first time and now hits the three. That's big. Agara to Peterson and tracks it down. That's just extra effort by Agara. Heel, high archer, swish. Wow. Almost no net.
That net didn't even move. That ball went in, right?
It was straight through.
Just double checking.
Oh, yeah.
But the extra effort of Nunu Agara kept that play alive. I mean, she outwilled SMU players, and then it led to a big three. Another, swing play within an offensive play.
You're right, and gets it below double figures once again. And now hand check up top.
So this is 6 points of swing plays happening here. Bosgana hits the big-time three. You feel the energy, and then the deflection, and another response back. Marshall answering for SMU.
Her first shot attempt, and it's a big three. Agara with a double-double for Stanford. And Agara trying to stay with Peterson as she leans in. Help deep from Bosgana. And you saw Robertson shooting Bosgana. A scrum at the other end, and now the push. It's going to stay with Stanford. Kate Pay's team playing a little scrappier to start. It has such a feel of the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, now this one. They kind of flip-flop where their energy and spark has come in. Bosgana doesn't hesitate. That one all but dropped. Agara tries to keep it alive. Peterson did a nice job boxing out, but they don't track it down. Agara one-on-one to Peterson in the lane, and she gets fouled and will go to the line.
4 SMU players got stuck ball watching, or lack of. They were all standing in the corners of the paint and did not try to stop Agara, who isn't easy to stop in the first place, but you got to send a double. Force her to kick that ball across court. Make somebody else beat you at this point.
Well, Agara took an extra dribble or two. I think she figured somebody would come help, right? So she was probably going to dish it away and then decided, well, I guess it's me. As Dimitri comes back in for the Cardinal. Brow is on. Embry had picked up 3 personals early. She's been sitting and watching quite a bit. She's back in for the Mustangs. She averages 12 points per game, and she has yet to score in this one. They'd like to maybe see her get going. The fouls kind of took her out of it. Shot short, free throws, no good for Agara. And Jones will look to coach for the play call. Peterson able to fight off Dimitri to hang on to that pass. Robertson and the longer players of Stanford coming at her. Got the shot up though, pretty good look.
I think that's a play where you'd want to see her work and get that ball to somebody else, right? Make plays for your teammates in that sense. I think the team needed a bigger score more than she was able to create any shot she wanted. You're right.
Heel loses it that time. You're right, though, because she had the length of Agara and Bosgana coming out at her and decided to try to still take it in.
Yeah, here's a better decision. Didn't have the numbers. Pull out, try to run a set. Maybe get a high ball screen. Embry up top.
Brown trying to lose Bosgana into the lane. Bosgana stays with her, the block. Shot clock to 3. You gotta recognize Jones does. And there's Peterson. Oh, almost had another offensive rebound. She's slow to get up, kind of holding the right hip.
Yeah, this is the same player who missed a lot of time last year with back issues,
Yeah.
so let's hope none of that occurred on that play.
No doubt. And a travel. She gets back on the defensive end and says, let's go. Hey, ACC PM with Mark Packard, Taylor Tannenbaum, weekdays at 4 Eastern, right here on the ACC Network and the ESPN app. Don't want to miss that. Lots going on across the ACC. And a timeout called by the Stanford Cardinal with 6:16 remaining. They've cut that double-digit deficit down to just 7. We got a good one here at SMU. ACC Women's Basketball is presented by Ally, the bank that's your ally. Okay, the talent just gets better and better here. This was part of the halftime show.
I was impressed with him just moving the ladder.
Right?
And then he
Just
goes on and
picking
puts
it
it
up.
on his chin.
Just holding it with one hand would even be.
Light work.
I mean, he's bouncing around. He's getting the crowd into it. Just have a steel plate in his
How do you
chin.
like figure out you're good at that?
When did he practice that thing?
Right. I feel like that's, hey, you're grounded. Go to the garage and you get bored and you figure out something to do.
Yep.
Yeah,
that
I'm
must
guessing.
be. That's your parents said, just go find something in the garage and see if you can balance it. Well, a 7-point lead with just a little over 6 minutes left. SMU, they've been in the lead this entire way. Stanford has never had one in the game. Out of the timeout, a good one. Robertson with hops at the end.
She is a difficult player to close out, isn't she?
Yeah.
Her first step, because you don't know if she's going to shoot it or blow by you or step back or what.
Yeah, she's not afraid to take it in. And you know what she can do all those.
Yes.
Yep. Great look as she cut right down the middle. 17 for Bosgana. Robertson comes up short. Peterson, and they're going to call a jump ball as it was the freshman E.G. Woye there.
I love her hustle so much. The freshman out there doing what she can. That's the closeout I'm talking about right there. You got to be able to shuffle your feet, stay on the balls of your feet, and try to force her baseline, which she did, and then the help side a little late.
You know what's good in that play is that was E.G. Woye trying to guard Robertson, so she doesn't get that stop, but then she comes down and makes another play happen. And then you got to love the hustle of that freshman. He box out by the Mustangs there. Brow brings it up. Missed last season with an injury. Robertson tries to split the two defenders, and it comes down and into the hands of Agara.
Much better defense there. You see how E.G. Woye forced her to go middle there, and then the help side was there. Didn't put her hands on her.
Yeah, she's done a nice job.
Excellent job as a freshman, giving this energy. Big fan.
And you're only going to see these teams one time, so it's not like you can really get a great feel of what those opponents are going to do. And especially for a first-year player, I would think that would take more time for them to kind of figure out competition. 14 turnovers, though, now for the Cardinal. They average 13 a game. And the Mustangs force 15 a game. They can scrap it. Oh, Brow just shuffles that one across and inside.
That was just smooth. That whole exchange was smooth. From the handoff, couple dribbles, no look with the assist.
TK Pitts back in. She's got the 4 personals, but give her 8 points. 4 of 6 shooting for Pitts. Dimitri, she knew it. Off the mark, really didn't get her feet set on that one.
Let's go back to that terrific play off the pass, little momentum. Oh, no look, just reading the defense there. That's making the right read, a simple basketball play. Ella Brown, who's been out of the lineup for basically a month.
Yep.
Welcome back.
Yep, and missed last season. She had 25 games the season prior, but such a hard worker, coach says, one of the hardest on the team.
Yeah, Stanford's going to have to extend their pressure, really try to create turnovers and points off those turnovers, which they only had 1 against Ohio State.
Yeah, that's a big number, and you get a stop now through Stanford. You're just under 4 minutes left, and you got to start taking advantage. 3 ball, no good. The long rebound to Robertson. And you got to get some stops defensively. SMU, they've been patient in their half-court sets for the most part. Robertson, they're putting Bosgana a little longer guard on her now.
Oh my goodness.
And an and one takes the contact.
Stirring it up with sauce. She knows she's cooking tonight. Come on. What's Dallas known for? What's their best meal out here? She's like, I got it. I'm gonna cook y'all up something special.
Right here.
Home cooking from right here in Fort Worth. Let me get to the line and add 1 more for you.
Yep, mixing it up and back to the double-digit lead. Second and 1 for SMU tonight. Can't get the 3-point play. Oh, wow.
E.G. Woye's got hops, speed. She's got it all.
That's a good thing she did, because otherwise Embry would have had that long rebound. Bosgana grazes the iron. Just under 3 minutes left in the game. The winner gets their first ACC win in program history. Shot clock winding down, and with 6 on it, a foul against the Cardinal. That'll be the 3rd team foul, and it's going to put Jones to the line. Pay talking things over with her staff. New addition, Heather Osterly, to the staff this year. And a lot of the others, they've been there for quite a while, as Tempe Brown was elevated to this. Heather Osterly. You see Katie Stedding right there. You got Jeanette Poland as well, added as an assistant coach this year. All Stanford grads, that group.
Aaron McCall. You've got 4 WNBA players.
Yep. That's pretty cool.
Well, and Tempe played at Michigan, played professionally overseas. So, there's all kind of experience and leadership that you have at your fingertips there. Not to mention the alumni. So look, Stanford's they're in a tough spot right now. They're looking at a possible first 0-2 start in the conference play since Tara Vanderveer's first season in 1985. Okay, so this could be just a tough start for them. However, they know that they have the pieces in place. Again, they're without their leading point guard, Talana Lopolo. So when she gets back in this lineup, and her timeline is TBD, but they're still figuring it out.
Well, there's still a lot of time. No matter, these players now are getting the experience, as Heel just didn't quite make the clean pass. She says, my bad, they'll get another chance. But you kind of referenced this earlier, too. This is a similar vibe to the 2018 team that started out 6-6, their first 12 games, 6-6 record, but went on, turned it around, and made their way to the Sweet 16.
That's right.
You never know when a team can turn it around.
And again, this is one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country. So, not seeing that on a consistent basis night after night. That's why they're trying to attack, get inside the paint. So once that comes around, you get a little more flow and some rhythm to your offense. Stanford's going to be right there.
That's a good game to kind of show both teams where are we right now, right? And for SMU, I think there's so many positives to take from this one.
Oh, I'm so impressed with the way, especially Robertson's run the offense tonight. They were up for the challenge of this game, and they were in discipline throughout the game. The possessions that, a lot of good-looking shots, patience, holding the screens, and then defensively on point. Just a really well-played and coached game for SMU.
It certainly was, as Brow knocks it off of Chuck Gonzalez, who was on the sideline, and Coach Wilson just making sure it's still our ball, right? Still our ball. But yeah, she told the team it's going to be the little things that are going to be the big things, right? And the attention to details that's been very good here in this one. Just under 2 minutes left in the game. 12-point lead for SMU.
Previous plays under review for that bounce.
Scoring drought for the Cardinal, and SMU taking advantage. Just under 2 minutes remaining in the game. They're up by 12 once again, and their leader right now, Robertson, getting her 7th 20-plus point game. She's got 21 points. She's come back to life here in this quarter again, Brooke.
Yeah, she has. She started off this game, you guys, 4 of 4 from behind the three-point line. So, she's still attacking, finding the right spots to hit her shots. And meanwhile, Stanford's just gone cold. 0 for their last 5. 4 turnovers these last 7 minutes, and they have had a scoring drought now of almost 4 minutes. This game, is it still within reach for Stanford? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. A couple of threes, they could get hot at any time. But you got to get stops and you got to get points, maybe off turnovers, and that just hasn't been a strong suit for this team this year.
No, 7 threes apiece for both teams. SMU, a team that only averages 5 per game. Our officials taking a look, reviewing that last out-of-bounds play prior to the timeout to make sure, were they out of bounds? Who's it off of?
Ella Brown with the ball right there, and then it looks like it's get tipped away from Bosgana off the official in the front court. So play was stopped, and then Toya Wilson calling the timeout.
Following review, possession, Stanford.
All right, so they're going to reverse that call, and Kate Pay was asking Coach Wilson, saying, I thought you said it was our ball. I thought that's what you said. That's tough to take. Again, this is one of those plays. This is a big one at this crucial time. But
Yeah, I'm confused a bit myself, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it hit the referee before going out of bounds, and then Bosgana was to the floor with Brow. And then did it go out of bounds off of Brow at that point? Because it came back in off of the official's foot.
Exactly.
Okay, Pace still chatting with Julie Cromenhoek. And it's been given to Stanford, but
let's take another look.
Another look. It's off the foot, and it hits the official.
Now, was that off the foot of Brow?
It was originally, yes. So then the ball comes back in. I think we're going to get a clarification.
I don't know. That looked like that was off the foot of Bosgana.
So they're going to say that the Stanford player did not touch the ball.
Okay.
And that it was off of SMU. So here we go. A minute 58 remaining. Ijiwoye, so quick. Kicks it out. Agara hits it.
Big bucket. Smart play. Drive and dish. And Agara out, ready in her hands to shoot the ball.
Mustangs had the numbers, but they're going to bring it back up.
And Stanford just with 3 team fouls. So again, to stop the clock, you got to get to 5. How much time do, well, now you don't want to foul.
Yep, you're right. Too late now, but they will anyway. Agara is going to take the personal, and that's going to be her 3rd, and the team's 4th. Harriel off, Clardy back on. Minute 27 left. Robertson loses all the defenders. Oh my goodness.
How does she keep that ball alive?
I know, she is so strong on the weak side. And the extra pass and the cut in, good. The layup and finish for Ijiwoye. What a game she's having.
The effort and still continuing. Ijiwoye stepping up late in that Ohio State game to get minutes. Even though they didn't win that game, she stood out to me.
Yep.
And her energy level is exactly what Stanford needs.
Sure is. They needed a spark, and boy, has she given it to them at both ends of the floor. Freshman out of Phoenix, only averaging a point and a rebound a game, but big tonight with 6 points, 3 rebounds. So they're going to take a look at this one to make sure who was off of at the
Let's make sure, absolutely.
7-point lead for SMU with that minute 4 left. Let's see if we can tell them this one. Jones for SMU, it's hard to see on that because you can't see the left hand of Ijiwoye. The call on the floor was that it's SMU ball. But did it go off of Jones? You just couldn't see from that angle.
You can't see from that angle at all. Because from that angle, it looked like the ball was off SMU.
Yep. Maybe this look here.
So Ijiwoye perhaps getting away with a little bit of contact there. There's the deflection.
All right.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's off SMU, I think.
Left
Jones.
hand of
I
Jones.
think Jones scoots it out of bounds.
Yep.
I think it's Stanford basketball, which would be huge.
Yeah.
And another turnover created by Ijiwoye in a time where you desperately need them.
Yep.
And SMU, they need to be talking about, hey, let's stay confident and strong with the basketball because we're shooting free throws at the next foul, so hold on to it. Also, SMU has 4 fouls to give before Stanford is shooting a free throw, right?
Oh, good point.
So if there's some momentum, you could stop the clock if you're SMU, break up their rhythm offensively.
Yeah, they've got some fouls to give. Just 1 team foul for SMU, 4 for Stanford, and the Mustangs will be in the bonus. And that last play, you could definitely see the left hand of Jones, but you couldn't see the left hand of Ijiwoye's with that angle either. So depending on if they have a different look, the officials still, Chuck Gonzalez and Ed Sidlaski, still reviewing it.
Oh, my gut says off of Jones.
Yep. From what we could see.
Call on the floor is confirmed. Stanford ball out of bounds. Full reset of the shot clock.
This is big.
Yep, this is a big possession here. So it'll be Stanford basketball. Minute 4 remaining. Cardinal will go to Clemson for a game on Sunday. For SMU, they will have Cal here, the number 20 team in the nation. Quick inbound, oh! And she knew it. And a quick one. And an 8-0 Stanford run and some defense creating more opportunities.
Beautifully executed play, out of bounds, out of the timeout. Who else setting it up? Ichiwoye, the dish, Bosgana, the big time three. She's used to that position. I think she did that a few times against Iowa State last year in the NCAA tournament, if memory serves.
2-possession game, 8-0 Stanford run. Clardy trying to get, oh, what a read. And the help D coming over. Jones was right there, but she's going to get whistled with the personal. Good look on the pass on the interior for Stanford. Just the second team foul. I don't think she was shooting. Kate Pay was trying to ask about it. I don't think she was. So still a 2-possession game.
Well, this could be even more dangerous if you're SMU than free throws.
Yeah, that's true.
They got a 3 out of their last one.
Agara trying to lose Peterson. Oh!
And they might get another one.
And the and one with the up and under high off the backboard.
This is Stanford, the Cardinal, not going away. They're going to fight to the end. Nunu Agara, a one-on-one matchup, maybe one of the better defenders in the ACC. Peterson trying to keep up. This is elite level finish and touch from Agara.
Agara with 18 points, 12 rebounds, and trying to add to it here. And makes it an 11-0 run for the Stanford Cardinal. And they are fired up. And so is Coach Wilson on the other side. So you got 42.6 remaining. This is SMU basketball. Will Stanford show any pressure, do you think? We've seen them throw some in at times. You wonder,
I think that was a perfect time to do it, right? The element of surprise late in the game. SMU hasn't seen it. They haven't gone through it. However, you got great ball handlers, remember, in Zanai Jones and Nya Robertson. So those are two players who really don't turn the ball over all that much. You just want to keep the defense in front of you. Don't give away those easy buckets. Make SMU take a difficult shot. You don't have to foul. You just got to defend, box out, rebound, and then you could go right back to Nunu Agara. You could look for a good 3 from Bosgana. So for SMU right now, the focus is quality shot. Trust what's gotten you here to this point. You've executed almost all night long. Don't try to play hero ball now.
And you don't want to foul if you're Kate Pay's team, because it will put the Mustangs to the line and in the bonus. And Bosgana out on Jones at 6'2", compared to 5'5". Jones letting the clock wind down. Shot clock to 12. Big spacing for the Mustangs. Nice screen, the hesitation. Oh, the and one.
Oh my goodness, this game has had so much drama in it as SMU huddling together to stay close and tight. Brilliantly drawn up play, another high ball screen. Look at the bump by Peterson, the read, the hesitation, and then Jones accelerates and explodes. A tough finish underhand so that Agara couldn't get her hand on it.
Oh, really used her body well, and Agara just couldn't do anything but foul. Misses the free throw and the long rebound, a big one for Peterson. And they'll say Stanford ball. one possession game with 13.6 remaining. Boy, how big was
50-50 ball,
this?
right? I mean, it always comes down to that, right? Coaches will say, hey, what are the little things? So you can see it there.
Yeah.
Really off the body of Peterson. Unable to get a hold of it, but I think she was trying to ask for the foul.
Yeah.
Of Bosgana on her left side.
And they let him battle it out, and it goes the Stanford way with 13.6 remaining. 9 made threes for the Cardinal, the most by Bosgana. She's 4 of 7 behind the arc. They have options out there, but there's options to be physical. With 13.6 remaining, you don't have a lot of time and hope that the officials are going to give you an and one either.
Yeah, I think you take the quick score and quick shots if it's available if you're Stanford, if it's within 2. But if you can make one extra pass and get a 3, I think you take it, right? Otherwise, you just got to score quick and foul. It's either one or the other, but you cannot hesitate. That's what you can't do.
Yep, you got to know exactly what coach is drawing up right here.
Yeah.
And if you're Coach Wilson, you're talking defense, she's in the defensive stance. No doubt about it.
It's their specialty.
What a great one for the home opener here at SMU in the ACC, and for both of these teams kicking off, really kicking in this ACC season, getting it going.
And Toya Wilson telling her team, you can foul.
Yes, only 3 team fouls right now. They still have 1 to go.
Yep. You just don't want to and 1 foul. So if you're going to foul, you better make it worth it.
Yep. Agara using the screen, shot short, the rebound to Peterson, and now keep away by SMU. Trying to dodge contact. And a collision here on the side, and they're going to call the foul as Pitts came right into our stanchion. And I love it. They got to wipe it up right in front of us.
Well, the shot was short, but I tell you what, that was a terrific looking shot. That was a quality look.
Yep.
Nunu Agara getting the ball off the handoff. You see coming off the 2 top screens there. And then the excellent that Brooke Dimitri sends to give her that shot. I would have liked to seen her set her feet a little more, right? Because after she shot it, you saw her fade toward the corner. And I think that didn't help the ball get any closer to the rim.
You're right. She could have just gotten set a little bit more. I thought it was executed perfectly low up to that point. Pitts with the free throw. Can't get the second. Guess who? Peterson, her specialty. Offensive rebounding, and that will do it. SMU, their first win in the ACC.